Ooh, fuck. Oh. Whew. All right. Okay. Okay, here's the situation. All right. So we all know that the energy, the energies are just incredible. I mean, okay. I hope I can make some sense here. I'm going to just be straight up. So I go to bed last night. I think it was 5 o'clock in the morning. I wake up at 6. I wake up at 7. I wake up at 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 times. A continuous lucid dream. And it's all about, the dreams, the lucid dreams that we're all having, that, there's always multiple messages and multiple purposes, right? But the night before, Morgan had one. And it was, without getting into the details, it had to do with the illusion that is the narrative that's looks like it's happening. We're talking about Agenda 21. We're talking about, all kinds of stuff, depopulation. Now, I don't believe in this shit, but there's a point to this, so just bear with me. So I had one over 4 hours. I woke up on the hour, literally on the hour. And I kept waking up going, what the hell is this all about? Why am I in this lucid dream where there's, FEMA camps and there's, all that new NWO BS, right? So finally at 9 o'clock, I just got up and I went, you know what? 4 hours is better than 3 hours, better than 2 hours. I have been sleeping. It's all right. It's all good, whatever. So I got up and I had my 2 large glasses of juice and I did a little work and had some tea, had a cup of coffee. And then all of a sudden, my whole body starts shaking. And I'm still not good. That's why I brought this fruit with me and this coconut water. My whole body starts shaking. I mean, like shaking like an earthquake. I start sweating. I had about 150 seizures from the age of 15 to 50. And it felt like that. It just knocked me on my ass. So I literally went from the lounge and I crawled to the bed and I got in the bed and I laid there. And I was just the state I was telling you. So I started thinking, because it felt, my heart's racing, it's still racing, and I started thinking, well, shit, this could be it. We don't know how this works. We don't know what could happen. And I thought, well, I'm going to get up and do a video. Something told me, get up and do a video. But I couldn't get out of bed. So I start writing this post. And it all came together. And every time I get on this damn thing, and I don't even know, this feels like the last time. And this butterfly angel sits right here and comes every time. Look at this. Let's see. You see her? You see that? She comes every time. Okay, so I start thinking about everything, you know? What would be the last thing that you would write or do? What would you offer to the world? What would you offer? What do I have? What can I do to bring some alignment or whatever? The first thing I would do is I sent Morgan a message. I love her. I can't explain it, you know? But I know I'll see her again, right? That's what I'm thinking. And she knows that. So then I thought, well, I can't get up, so I'm going to try and put this thing together, right? I never read anything off of anything, but I have to right now because I'm all messed up, right? And even though I'm laughing and smiling, I you know, there are times when you feel your mortality. So what's the big deal right now? We all know what it is. COVID-19. People are talking in codes because they're afraid they're going to get censored, making up all these stupid names and shit. I ain't fucking worried about it anymore. I'm going to read this to you. The paradoxical, COVID the savior. I approach this COVID thing from the neutrality of the soul I am. But I was just thinking, what other things have less than a 1% mortality rate that we are asked to make collective radical alteration to our lives, such as masking and vaccines, quarantines, and that change the world to the degree it apparently has? Even things with a greater than 1% mortality rate don't have 1/1,000,000th of the impact this experience has had on our lives. I have a feeling it will turn out to be the greatest thing that ever happened to humanity. Kind of like Toto in The Wizard of Oz finding the scared little man behind the curtain projecting the holograph of a big scary face to those watching, only to be found out for the fraud that he was. A fearful little man, not wanting to be seen, but liberated from himself and liberating for others when exposed, but naked to the soul. The universe teaches in a paradoxical manner. What we think is up is down. And in this case, what threatens the illusion of death will eventually and actually bring us to what is life. There's not a damn thing to be scared of. And besides, we all know what the dark night of the soul did for us all on an individual basis. It taught us what life really is all about. Living right now, not later. Presence in the present moment, because that's all we have, the now. With where we're at, with what we have, with who we have with us. We needed to see how we masked ourselves, energetically vaccinated ourselves because we thought we needed external fixes, and how we quarantined ourselves from the world because we were too frightened to go out and mingle with it for fear of it. Fuck that shit. All right? When we conquered the dark night of the soul, we learned to say, what else you got? What else can you do to me? What else can happen to me? Bring it on. Rip off all the Band-Aids once and for all till there's nothing left but you and me. And that's the point. It's all we've ever had, and it's all we've ever needed. So let's tap our fucking heels together and don't close your eyes, because you're not going to want to miss what happens. And whether you transition or I transition, and COVID ain't got nothing to do with that. All right? And vaccines got nothing to do with that. We're sitting here, and I don't give a damn if they take this video off. I don't give a shit. What are they going to do to me? I survived the dark nights of the souls. How many have you had? I look at Kelly Bird. This woman puts her pictures of herself up with her breasts cut off. And she's a fucking goddess. And you're all gods and goddesses. I mean, look at us. I turn on these platforms because I watch these other shows just to see what people are doing. And they're speaking in code. It's a fucking joke. What the fuck are we scared of? That our internet's going to get turned off? Fuck that shit. The love of my lives is on the other side of the world, and I ain't fucking worried about it. I am a soul. And I'll see her again and again. I don't have to physically be sitting next to her, because this world tells me that that's all there is to it. We're sitting here scared on our fucking needs, even in this light worker communities. The sanctimonious sons of bitches that we are. We think we're fucking saved, and we think that we're awake, and this person over here is not. I got news for you. We're all beating at the same vibration. It just doesn't look that way. And until we embrace ourselves and embrace each other, and this is simple to do, but we can't do it if we're afraid to say COVID-19 on the fucking internet, or we're afraid to talk about quarantines or masks because they might censor us. I don't give a flying fuck if I ever come back on here again. And I'm telling you, I felt my mortality, and I'm good with it. It's a good day to die. It's a good day to die. I'm ready. I'm ready. We're afraid. We're afraid to die. Think about this shit. We come in free and fearless and pure and innocent and genuine and childlike wonder running through every cell in our fucking body. And then we come into this beautiful, perfect design. And we get so caught up in it. We got to pay for our own fucking funeral to get out of here. Come on. We've done this long enough. There's nothing to be suffering about. I know there's things out there, and I know people are going through, but victim consciousness has had us by the ass. And I see it in every single expression out there, including my own. And I'm sick of it. I'm ready to roll. You know? My fucking heart's about thumping out of my chest. I'm sweating. I'm shaking. I can't walk. I don't know if it's the energy or whatever, you know? But I'm a god. I am a god. I am God. I am the goddess. I am all the things we talk about. All the things that we separate ourselves, including I'm from this planet, or I was this, or I was that. Fuck all that. It's just more separation. Enough of the pretty words. Enough of it. There are people stepping up in this world. I sat with one last night. The girl from Alaska, Brittany. There wasn't one thing in that hour and a half where she came across as a high-minded, sanctimonious, uppity light worker. She had tears. She told stories. They were real. There wasn't one bit of instruction. There wasn't any teaching. It was pure vulnerability in its purest power. This is how it works, I think. When we take off our fucking clothes and get buck naked and say, I'm a human being. I shit, piss, fart, vomit, smoke, drink, and fuck. Whatever. I've made mistakes. I have a heart. I have children that I love. I have people I've let down. I have done great things, and I've done things I was ashamed of. But I came here to feel these things. And now I know. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm sick and tired of being afraid and being a victim and seeing brothers and sisters in this world. I'm sick and tired of seeing people, look who I am. Look what I can do. Woo, woo, woo. I'm sick of the distorted masculine and the distorted feminine. We are not these things. I get messages every day from people. And some of these messages, we got one the other night. I was talking to Morgan on the camera. And a lady wrote while I was talking to Morgan. And she said, I've been watching you guys for 2 or 3 years. And she says, I look at all these people that come on and I think, what do I have to offer? And she wrote this long testimony and she says, what do I have to offer? Who am I? And then you know what happened? She accidentally pushed send. And I read it and I'm like, wow, this is what we need. And I'm writing, sister, come on the show tomorrow. And then she wrote, oh shit, I pushed send. And I said, listen, you're brave, you're beautiful. This is what the world needs. And then she wrote back and she said, I can't even see because of the tears in my eyes. We need to get real with each other. We need to stop judging each other. And there's nothing no one's ever said, but did we ever fucking mean it? Did we ever actually put it in place, in the only place that matters, which is us? We want to spend our time throwing rocks at people and then walk around because we can channel, or because I was Jesus in a past life, or whatever the fuck it is, or I'm a Trump person, or I'm a Biden person, or I'm a this or that. We were above all of this. We created all of this. We all went through the dark night of the soul. We've all gone through more than one. And it didn't kill us. And someone always has it worse. But we never stopped. And as the individual goes, so goes the collective. I'm sick and tired of it. In my own personal space, and I'm not saying I'm right, but I felt my mortality. I felt it. I felt something happen to me. I felt my light body or my spirit or my soul leave this body. And it's not the first time, but it's been a long time. But there was a message. I started shaking. I started sweating. I started writing because I couldn't get over here. And then I said, I'm going to make it. I'm going to grab some coconut water and some grapes. Maybe that'll help me. And I'm going to get over here. What would be the last video I would ever do? What would be the last video you would ever do? What would be the last thing you would ever say? What would be the last thing you would ever do? If you knew you were going to be gone, what's the last thing you would do? Would you shit, piss, and moan? Would you bitch? Because that's what we're doing. Or would you say, hey, I had a good time. Let me shake your hand. Hey, I love you. Hey, I'm sorry. You're an asshole, but I still love you. You know, there's a lot of people I don't like. And I'm a very good-natured person. It's not that I don't like them like I hate them. I don't hate them. Just, we don't like each other. But I love them. I fucking love them. And we all got that. We're living in an extraordinary time, and I hope that I'm here to watch the whole thing happen. I really am. And then again, I'm open to leaving right now. Then I'll see Morgan down the road, you know. And if I do, I do. And if I don't, I don't. And I appreciate the time that I've had. And how can I translate that into every waking moment? We wait for other people. They're our vaccine. We're sitting here complaining about the fucking government and Fauci. These are brother, sister souls that are playing a role. You take the world too serious, but you don't take yourself serious. You hold the world accountable, but you don't hold yourself accountable. And I'm talking to myself. You know? Like, what's the last thing you would do? What is the last thing you would do? What would be the last thing you would say? I would rather just live another minute, another hour, another day and live and be truthful and honest and grateful no matter what comes, no matter where I'm at, than to keep going down this road beating our fucking head against the wall. We can flip this thing like that, just like we all have in our own lives. We've all got stories. You hear them on Soul Speaks 5D. These people have done incredible things. Morgan Lee. I think about that. I think about a woman, a child being raped from 3 to 13 by 4 different men. I think about the stories. I think about my friend raised in the projects. And the things that she's overcome. I think about all of these people. And then I look at the plastic, the credit cards, the surgeries, the fucking Kardashian energy. This is not about anyone personal. I think about the shit that ain't even real. And then I want to say, well, how the hell can I bitch about masks? How can I bitch about quarantines and vaccines? How can I do that when I have put masks on myself? When I have vaccinated myself energetically because I've been reaching for external fixes. What's the fucking difference? We're energy. I have quarantined myself. I've put myself in a cave so I don't have to go out and deal with people. Why? Why have we done these things? That's what matters. Not what someone's doing to us or what the government or the new world order is doing to us. And this is what we've all found out when we've gone through the dark nights of the soul. We have taken responsibility. And you know what happens? A fucking star is born. Kelly Bird is a star. She may still have a physical body here, but that woman created a star when she transformed herself. And many of you, if not all of you, have done the same thing. I'm supposed to do 2 shows today. I'm tired. I thought I was going to die. Maybe I still will. I don't know. But I thought, well, maybe you're just having a Schumann resonance thing. But what would you do? What would you do? What would you say? What would you leave behind? This is what I would leave behind. Stop bitching. Stop operating and basing your decisions based on some bullshit. Stop being afraid to die. Stop being afraid to say I love you. Pick yourself up. Because people are watching, and it's not even people, it's the entire fucking universe is watching. And they're cheering us on. And they wish they could tell us openly. But it would take the whole thing away from us. Snap. We make decisions. We make decisions based on bullshit. If I want to wear a mask or if I don't want to wear a mask, if I want to do this, whatever it is. But by God, I make this decision, even if it means I live another day or a week, I make this decision, and I make it because I want to do it. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm doing something for myself, whatever, however you want to put it. But here we are, and it's not going to fly. It's not going to fly. It's not. And here's the thing. We don't have to wait. That's the whole thing. We're still waiting on the fucking solar flash. We're waiting on all this other stuff. We don't have to wait. But as long as we're waiting on something outside of ourselves, we're still going to be waiting. And I'm tired. I'm putting in an order for a new incarnation. That doesn't mean anything bad, by the way. Nobody get excited. You know, I don't know. You know, you look back at your life and you go, but if there's one thing I've learned at Soulogy, if there's one single human act that I've learned at Soulogy from watching other people post videos, etc., don't be afraid to show your ass. Don't be afraid to be you. And the more you do it, and the more you do it in front of, the more people start doing it too. That's the only contagion in the universe. Illumination. And there's nothing greater that I can remember in all of my whatever, which isn't a lot. I'm not all my past lives, whatever. There's nothing greater than a human being stepping up and cutting the bullshit and stepping past the fear. You saw Kristen Vambasett do it 2 days ago. You saw Brittany Fletcher do it yesterday. Different subjects, different things, but you see the body shaking, just like what's happening to me. Maybe that's what's happening to me. What happened to them the last 2 days? Because I remember watching both of them. They were shaking. There were tears coming out. And they just put it out there. And I asked Brittany last night, I said, how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel to say this that you've said? And you know, she said, you know, it's a good question. It's a deep question. I don't know. She said, but you know what? It just feels good to be able to say this and not be ridiculed and not be embarrassed. We're all just like that. We're all scared that people are going to see us. But that's the best thing we could do for anyone, even if it's the worst thing. I've often wondered if I was going to have to tell the depths of my human experience, the times addicted to drugs, raising hell, drinking, fucking, fighting, waking up in bad situations, and get into the gritty details, but I don't think I have to. And I don't think anyone has to, because their heart comes through when they take all the armor off. It's the greatest thing we can do. It's the greatest thing we can do is just to bear it all. There is nothing that lights this universe up like an illuminated human hybrid soul. We are not the mutts of the universe. We are the newest and finest, and we're on point to take this universe to the highest level of alignment it's ever seen. And then there'll be another one after us. But right now it's us. And we think it's through the woo-woo, but it's not. It's through the human heart. It's through taking these emotions and taking all the things that make us so human. This is the reason we came here. And sharing it. So, the two ladies that are on today, if you happen to see this, I hope I'll be there. I think the first one's in it's in 2 hours. You know, the dream I had last night, and I know that it was, and I said, like, Morgan had one the night before, and the stories are different, but they all had, the ones I had last night, they had to do with living in a world of COVID-19 and blah, blah, blah restrictions. And in the dream, my beloved brother turned, and I got found out, and they came and got me, and I had no contact with Morgan. And I woke up once, twice, 3, 4 times. And I said, fuck this shit. I will not participate in this dream. I will not. I will not do this. And if I can do it there, I can do it here. I don't know what to do exactly, but this is a good start for me. And I thank you for allowing me to share. And I would urge you all to do this. I would urge you all to do it. Don't be afraid. Don't doubt yourself. It's the greatest contribution you can make to yourself and to each other by people seeing people. With no walls, you know? The heart is the human superpower, and all this stuff out there is no match. And anyway, I'm going to go lay down and eat some nectarine grapes and coconut juice. Thank you for sharing space with me, and I hope to see you on the 2 shows today, if I make it.